Sports Brain here, and I am back with another edition of NFL Update. This week, our top performers at quarterback were Aaron Rodgers with 442 yards and 3 touchdowns, Andrew Luck with 365 yards and 3 touchdowns, and Drew Brees, who broke the all-time passing yards record with 363 yards and 3 touchdowns. He played amazing. I was so happy. Even though he beat the Redskins, I felt really good for him. Good job, man. You deserve it. Then for rushing, Chris Carson actually did amazing this week, but obviously the headliner was James Conner with 110 yards and 2 touchdowns. I actually have him on fantasy, so I was, flexing on him. Then for receiving, we have DeAndre Hopkins who had 150 receiving yards. And though that amazing double spin cycle, that play was tremendous. We have Traquan Smith of New Orleans, who actually caught 2 touchdowns. Robbie Anderson, who caught 2 touchdowns on the Jets. Antonio Brown caught 2 touchdowns. Eric Ebron caught 2 touchdowns, who I also have on fantasy. Juju caught a touchdown. Everything was working for me on fantasy. I picked up the Cardinals D, and they scored 17 for me. I had to drop Chris Boswell because he misses way too much, and I picked up Ryan Suckup, who this week hit 4 field goals for 16 total points. He gave me 16 points in fantasy, but he only had 4 field goals in real life, which is 12 points. Anyways, the NFL scores. Houston beat Dallas 19-16 in the most exciting game of the week, in my opinion. LA beat Seattle 33-31 in another nail-biter. Arizona crushed San Francisco. I know the score doesn't really reflect it, but they crushed them 28-18. Minnesota squeaked past the Eagles 23-21. The Chargers dismantled the Raiders 26-10. The Steelers absolutely had their way against the Falcons 41-17. The Jets beat the Broncos 34-16. Kansas City was in a competitive game, but then they just kind of ran away with it 30-14 over Jacksonville. Detroit upset the Packers 31-23 in a surprise win that was awesome. Cleveland-Baltimore was a great game. Cleveland actually ended up winning 12-9 on a field goal in overtime. Cincinnati beat Miami because they came in with 27 unanswered points, 27-17. Carolina beat New York. Graham Gano hit something like a 60-yard game winner. They won 33-31. Buffalo upset Tennessee 13-12. What a game that was. New England beat Indianapolis on Thursday Night Football 38-24, in which Eric Ebron caught 2 touchdowns and just had my fantasy team going off. And, of course, New Orleans beat the Redskins 43-19. It's painful, I know, but we'll get past it. I do think that the Redskins can beat the Panthers. I know they're hot off a win, 2 wins in a row, I believe. But I think that the Redskins can beat them. We didn't play great football. Alex Smith missed a couple throws, but I think we can bounce back and win next week. Please comment below if your team won. Congrats if they did. Better luck next time if they didn't. The Redskins have already had their bye, so I plan to watch them every week from now on to the end week 17. So with that being said, I'll see you guys later and catch you next time. Peace.